Hello, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill. Welcome to my crazy workshop. And we're live. Believe it or not, we are actually live, not pre recorded this week. On this channel, we cook, we camp, we create, we critique, and we climb. Climb is metaphorical for physical activity. This week is Climb Week. Hi, Bridget. Great to see you in here. And I also have 5 or more crazy things from Uncle Bill's imagination, workshop, whatever. It's been a crazy week for Uncle Bill. He went up to Nevada, and I went to visit my youngest daughter up in near Reno in Verdi, I think she calls it. I call it Verdi. Close enough. Anyways, on the way back, I ripped off the bottom engine guard to my car. So my poor little Honda Fit is waiting on a part, and I'm going crazy. Not only that, my phone, I tried to replace the battery in this thing the other day. I followed a video on YouTube. Now, this phone, in defense of the actual makers of their video, New Power, and they have very good stuff and very good videos. The glue in this phone, because this is a factory refurbished phone, and I really think they didn't want me getting back into this phone to replace the battery, because even though I heated it for 4 minutes with a blow dryer and everything. Anyways, bottom line is I bricked the phone. Bricked is a term, a computer term. Hi, Shonda. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. It's camp week, and I haven't even gotten into the 5 crazy things. This is one of them, though. This is my broken phone, and I've decided that from now on, for the rest of my life, if possible, whenever I get a phone, I'm getting a phone with a battery. Also, I just recently got a recipe, speaking of recipes, Shonda, for cold brew coffee from my friend Matt Holdbrook. He does a cold brew coffee every week. He gets 5 mason jars set up, ready for the 5 work days of the week. And he takes 5 quarts of spring-fed water and 3/4 of a cup of ground coffee, coarse ground coffee. Now, he uses coarse ground, and of course, Uncle Bill, being the usual way that I follow a direction, changed the recipe a little bit when I did it, and we'll see how it turns out. I took a 1/2 cup, roughly, of fine ground coffee, and I put that into 1/2 gallon of water, which is 2 quarts of water, which is a lot more coffee than Matt's recipe, but Uncle Bill likes to chew his coffee. Now let's get into some of the crazy things. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll try to answer them whenever they come. 5 crazy things that have to do with camping, that also have to do with survival out in the woods. This little thing, I don't know if it'll focus on it. Let's see. Does it focus on it when my face goes away? No. Come on. Maybe if I put my face up closer. Here we go. Come on, focus. Well, anyways, this is a small compass. That's the first time that camera hasn't focused for me. And it's just a little button compass. You can get them in the novelty shop. 9 times out of 10, these little things work. These were at the top of some hiking poles. I saw a sad story about a lady in the Appalachian Trail recently on YouTube. It was, I don't know, 2 years back. But she had, her husband had given her permission. Okay, go with a hiking buddy and everything. I mean, the lady was probably in her 60s or 70s. And so she goes, her hiking buddy had some family emergency. And so she decided, well, okay, I'm going to do the Appalachian Trail by myself. Not a smart thing to hike by yourself. Uncle Bill knows that for a fact because I've done it. Hi, Andrew. It's camp week. You haven't missed a thing. I was talking about cold brew coffee, and I'll bring you up to snuff. Matt Holbrook gave me a recipe. Calls for 3/4 cup of coarse ground coffee. You put it on top of 5 quarts of, you just pour it on lightly. You don't stir it in, and you let it kind of float and then settle down, and you let it sit for 24 hours in the refrigerator, 12 to 24 actually. And then you take it off, filter it, and put it into jugs or whatever, and it'll keep up to a week in the refrigerator. And it's a way to cold brew coffee. I'm trying that out right now. I started up this morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to filter it off, and we're going to see how the coffee turns out. Now, this little thing was almost focuses, but that's a compass. I'm trying to get my face so that it's out of there, but this does not want to focus on there. And back to my story, it was very sad because the lady, she goes off the trail, she gets lost, she camps out, thinks, oh man, and she literally died. I don't even know why I'm getting into such a depressing thing, but I don't want any of you to be have those sad stories, because this is something that's totally preventable. A compass would have prevented it. Just a little compass. She could have used this to direct herself so that she knows that she's going in the same direction. Direction is very important in the woods. Another thing that she could have done, Matt would tell you this. All you got to do, you don't have anything, cut down a tree. Why do you cut down a tree? So that you have a stick that can trail behind you, and that'll help keep you in a straight line. Now, another thing to bring with you camping is one of these. Anything that you can cut with. This was a necklace idea I had a while back. And what that is just a razor. You know what? I think I think that my webcam is trying to tell me that I need to get a regular camera for doing videos. I haven't done this for a long time. Well, 3 weeks now, but it cooperated all the way up until now. But today, well, my face is in. Okay, here it is right here. Anyways, another thing you can bring camping, and feel free to pop in any question. Recently, a wrist compass. Yes, a wrist compass. And actually, with the wrist compass, sometimes you can get what's called a survival bracelet. And what those have is paracord, about 9 yards worth of paracord, which is basically line like this. And it's woven so it looks nice. And then it has a little snap. And on the snap is also a whistle and a flint, well, not flint, a ferro rod and a striker so that you can strike it. My girlfriend gave me one of those a while back. So and it actually works. Now, starting the fire, though, that takes a little bit of effort. Cord, you want to have cord with you when you're off in the woods. You should probably have about 30 feet of it. And 30 feet really doesn't take up much room. Something to drink out of. This is one of my favorites to bring with me hiking. Why? Because I can refill it, and that top part right here is actually a filter. Now, I was kind of hoping when I replaced the filter that this cap was also an integral part of the filter, but it's not. I found that out later on. Well, they're saving on plastic, and it's less wasteful to have it. But if you really you need to replace the whole bottle. And they don't, Brita, I haven't seen this design for a while either. And I really like this design because you can just squeeze it. Whereas now they have a hard plastic bottle that they're using for filtering. And what you have to do is actually use it like a straw, whereas this you can just squirt it into your mouth if you want to. More, what is it? Hygienic, I think you would call it. You bought the wrist compass. Have you used your wrist compass, by the way? I've only gone to state camps. And if I wanted to camp in, wouldn't go far off from base camp, I wouldn't either. I'm Uncle Bill. Let me clue you in on this. And Bridget will attest to this. I'm a big chicken. I like to do things as safe as possible. Back in the military, when my ship got shot by a machine gun and actually got shot, and there were little holes in the ship about this big, I decided, well, I don't want to get shot, and I could die doing this. So whenever it was time to volunteer, I always made sure I was the last to volunteer. A combo tool, any combo tool is really kind of cool to have. There's one that I ordered on Amazon just yesterday. I was hoping it would be here in time. It's actually a little medallion that you can wear around your neck. Really cool little thing. It costs less than $10. Actually, it was just under $7, I think it was $6 or $7 delivered. And this thing had also almost every hex nut fitting you can have for in the millimeter range, and also hex key fittings. So it just amazing little tool. I love tools. Anybody who knows me knows that Uncle Bill loves tools. So bring a multi-tool. This little tool, this thing's a great tool. It looks like a pen. It smells like a pen, but it's not a pen. It's actually 4 screwdrivers. There's one. Are you going to focus today or not? It might be the heat, come to think of it. You almost focused. And you can get these anywhere from $1 to $3 or $4. There's 2 there. And we have 2 smaller versions here. Well, and definitely not going to focus. And sorry about that. These are cool to have in your car whenever. You never know, like say your glasses, if you're like Uncle Bill and your glasses need tightening, or somebody else's glasses need tightening. Other tools. This little one is one of many whistles that I have. And this one actually doubles as a small screwdriver. You can just see the standard bit a little bit on that right there. I guess if I put my hand behind it, it'll probably focus better. There. I finally did it. I got it so that it could focus. And feel free to, hey, Andrew, have you seen that tortilla video that I have up lately? And by the way, guys, I found out with shorts, I did a short and I optimized it, and it's actually taken off. I'm really lucky, and thank you, Shonda, for the idea of not necessarily the shorts, but to do the tortilla. That I have a little short which is 27 seconds long, and I posted it Friday night around 7 o'clock, and right now it has 243 views. And sure, that's like nothing, because when you're looking at a video and it's only 27 seconds, it's not going to give me much watch time. But it gives people a chance to see, oh, this is Uncle Bill. There's things that Uncle Bill can do. And maybe you can come join my channel. I already showed you this one. And here's this one, which is always nice to have a knife. Uncle Bill has quite the collection. And I found out that my knives really aren't that great compared to the knives I saw at the knife show a couple of years back. And Another way to make fire. This is actually a tool that has both your zinc and ferro rod. Actually magnesium, I think is what it is. Magnesium. It's a metal that has a high burning temperature, and you can use this to start fires. And this little thing is a really garbage striker, but you can use the little saw thing on it. And let's see, does that come in? Can you see teeth? Well, a little bit, not very well. Oh, there they go. If I quit moving, it would work better, huh? Okay, so that's that one. And that's almost the last. I forgot a couple of other things. I brought way more than 5 today. This is a bubble level. Sometimes you use them camping. You might be settling out your trailer. If you're glamping, as they call it, where you bring a trailer and you want it so that when you're cooking your food, it's all perfect. And then Andrew, this is a light that my friend Fraser Douglas has turned me on to. These are the Vaunt headlights. They are great because they work with both white and red. And not only that, you can get 2 for under $15 in the United States. This one, you can't, I don't think you can find it on Amazon. I bought mine off of eBay for about $10 or $15. It takes a huge battery, and it's actually a defense tool and a nice big bright flashlight. I recently, well, actually a couple of years back, I forgot that I had purchased a charger that does both AAA's and AA batteries. The one thing that I had forgotten, I was looking all over the house for the charger to this flashlight because it's just a little itty bitty thing and charges kind of wonky, because I wanted to charge these batteries. And these are, I can't even remember what they are, but they're a lot bigger than an AA battery. Let's see. Here's an AA battery, and here's one of these batteries right next to it. And they literally are right next to each other. I forgot that one of the reasons why I bought the AA and the AAA battery charger is that it also advertised that it charges one of these batteries, and it did a great job of doing it. So I was so happy. Always good to find out that something that you did works, or planned that works. And Shonda, I've been looking all over for that pourable batter recipe, and I think I found one. So I am going to try pourable chickpea tortillas, because I did like the way. This is a camp table, and I will demonstrate very quickly. This is what it looks like set up. Nice little table. You can put a stove on top of, or some food, keep it away from the ants. Also keep it off of the forest floor so that you don't burn down the forest. And you do this actually on a flat surface. It actually has 3 pieces, and they come apart very easily, like I just did. Sorry about your ears. I should have warned you. And here it is. It doesn't take up much space. Sorry about all the noise. Ready for travel. Great little camp table from iCamp. I still haven't done the review for Amazon yet on it, and I kind of fell behind a little bit on the Amazon things. Anybody got any questions? Cooking, camping, climbing? And I think, is everybody still here? Hello, Bridget, are you here? Am I still broadcasting, Bridget? Am I still on? Oh, there's Andrew. Yay! And Andrews, thank you so much for joining us, because I know it's wicked late in England right now. And how have things been for you? And Shonda, yay, yay, everybody's still here. Well, let's open up the chat lines are open. Anybody got any ideas? And Shonda, oh man, if you want to blow up your channel and get on the short shelf, okay, back onto the short, seeing as we all are interested in growing our channel. Now, Andrew, you've already figured out the secrets, so close your ears. No, just kidding. This will help you get to 10,000, Andrew. Start doing shorts. Okay, remember I said 243? 189 of those views were from being on what they call the shorts shelf. In other words, YouTube is putting my thumbnail up on the short shelf, and I just got lucky, and they said, oh, this is kind of cute. Let's show this. Let's have some mercy on poor little Uncle Bill, who hasn't made it to 1,000 subscribers yet. Now, a secret to doing shorts, 25 seconds to 1 minute. Now, if you're done with your video like I was, and if anybody remembers the original short that I put in, it was only 23 seconds. When I went to put the end screen in, they said, you can't put an end screen in. Your short is too short. 25 seconds is the cutoff. I'm not going to press the window as far as the 60 seconds. I've been told 1 minute. I've also heard 90 seconds, so I don't know which. Believe me, when you're doing a short, though, 1 minute is plenty. I think that people are geared up more now on YouTube to watching a quick message. Hey, show me a recipe in 60 seconds or less. And actually, I have another recipe. And if you guys think I should release it now, or do you think I should release it when the tortilla recipe slows up? It is a recipe that is something that I told Bridget, hey, don't ask me right out in public, because I haven't gone public with it. But I'll give you a teaser hint. It is very tasty. It's a sweet. It combines a couple of other sweets. Not only that, you can make this sweet recipe in under a minute. And it's like a snack, a very tasty snack. Release it 1 week after the tortilla recipe. You got it. Okay, so this Friday at 7 p.m., I will release the surprise video of the surprise snack, the world's best snack. And not only that, Uncle Bill literally invented it, because as soon as I was done with it and I named it and everything, I went and I checked on YouTube to see if anybody else had anything that even was close to it. Now, there's a couple of closeness, but nothing exactly the same. I keep trying to put my videos on TikTok, but editing down to the... Andrew, what you do is you go like this and you just cut. And I'll tell you a secret about cutting. Okay. 2 secrets about making your video and it's shorter. And both you, Chandra, you'll have a little bit more difficult time, but whenever you have FaceTime on camera, it's a little different. But your videos can be cut down in time just by speeding up the run. In other words, Andrew, if you have a video and you get it down to 1 minute and 20 seconds, all you have to do is speed up the run to, like, say, 115%. and then monkey with the, the audio to make sure the audio doesn't sound wonky. And seeing as there's no talking on your videos, it's just going to be a change in the music. Take that, try that. Also, another way to cut your videos down, I'll give you an example. That flexible tortilla one, that was a 5-minute video that I cut down to 27 seconds. And the way you do that is segment your video out as best you can. This has one thought, this has one sentence, this has half of a sentence, because sometimes it even gets down to that. Like you want to say, oh, Andrew's cooking is the best in the world, or Andrew's homemade cooking is the best in the world. Okay, well, homemade, that took 5 seconds, so we can just, do we really need homemade in there? So I take homemade out and I put Andrew's cooking is the best in the world, and that only takes 5 seconds instead of 15. And you just keep doing that all the way through your video. If you say "and" a lot, you take that out. That's one of my things. If you breathe loud, you can take that out. Although you don't have to worry about that because you have music behind all of your stuff. So if you want, Andrew, seeing as you have my my Gmail address, you could send me a link. How would we do this? If you if you uploaded it to Google Drive, I could download it from Google Drive, and then I'll slice and dice it for you just so that you get the idea on one. Now, granted, I'm only volunteering to do this once. How's that sound? Does that sound fair? My short video was like a trailer. Actually, what I did with my short video, yeah, it was exactly like a trailer. That was my. It's funny, and the trailer is more popular than the actual video. At 150 views with the shorts, I was going, oh, great. For every 10 views, I might get one person taking a look at the big one, the one that I think is 8 minutes long, the one where I actually cook the tortillas. Nope. I'm at 243 or so, and I still have like maybe 16 views, maybe 17 views if I'm lucky, on the video that I was trying to promote. So on shorts, you might not even try to promote anything other than your channel, to have people subscribe to your channel. I don't know. I am not a shorts king, that's for sure. And with shorts, actually 243, even though I'm proud as can punch over having 243 views, it's not really anything. It's very few views as far as what pros on Amazon will say. But we all have to learn somehow. Oh, by the way, everybody, I don't know if I've shared this. Actually, I know I haven't. I was into the radiologist last week, my radiation oncologist, basically the guy who zapped the back of my tonsils out. And he says that it should be smooth sailing and that everything looks good in my neck. And I have been cancer-free now for a year and a half. After 5 years, we follow up every 6 months. And after 5 years, then I'm considered good to go until the next round. Watch other people's shorts. Yes. Bridget has very good advice on doing shorts. Watch other people's shorts. And the other thing about shorts is you do need, and I am amazed that people have even picked the shorts trailer. Maybe it's because it probably shows me flapping. The thumbnail on the shorts trailer really is not that great. So it must be when you hover, because a lot of times when you hover, it'll show a couple of segments of the film. So it probably shows me flapping that tortilla. And I was amazed. I mean, you could fold it. You could probably fold that thing into about 8 pieces. Brilliant news. Yeah. I'm very happy. Uncle Bill is a very happy camper because it could have easily gone the other way. And I responded well to both chemo and the radiation. And another plus, an extra, because you always look for as many pluses as you can to any situation in life that isn't desirable. Oh, by the way, I forgot to share this one with you guys. This is my homemade grip gear. Well, sort of homemade. Some of it's homemade and some of it's not. And this is the light that I've been telling you about. I'm going to show you the light, seeing as we have 2 filmmaker people here. And I can't, well, let me see. I might be able to get it up. Oh, here we are. Yeah, I can get it on screen. This is the controller for the light. And here's the light itself. So let's see if we can do this with, all right, that is obviously very bright. Now, that's a different temperature now. And we can go another temperature. That's pure white. That's a warmer white, and then really warm white. And then we can dim it down. It has 10 settings for brightness. Now, isn't that amazing? And this is the set that I'm talking about that's selling for under $20 on Amazon in the States. I don't have the tripods with me. I'll go get them if you want. This is what I was going to show you. I actually made this. This is my personal grip gear that I made. I took an LED light that no longer worked, and I took the neck of it. Let me turn this off so you can see it better. So this is the neck. And then what I did was I took a couple of 1/4-inch 20 thread. So that's what you need for a standard tripod mount is 1/4-inch 20 thread stainless steel. And I took the bolts 2-inch long and I just screwed them in until they stopped screwing. And then we have my ends to my little personalized grip gear. And it holds the light okay. And, gets it around to where it's got to go. It's really nice in the kitchen. And this little guy is made out of insert, 3/8 to 1/4 insert, and a grip gear for going on top of a light stand. And these are what you use for standard lights. There you go. Why is the driver taking so long? I don't know, Bridget, but you'll get your ride sometime. And besides, when the driver comes, I might not be able to have you on, and we'll all have to say goodbye to you. And it's a nice group. And Shonda, what's your next project? Oh, by the way, I forgot to say what my next project is. 2 years ago, I went out camping in the backyard. Seems to be my favorite place these days, with my cat while the house was getting tented for termites, because in Southern California, as soon as you pull the tent off, there's another little termite that wants to start eating your house. I don't know why we don't make them out of stone. It would make much more sense. Anyways, I was out in the backyard and I had to have a big tent. So I bought an Alps tent. And that was another thing I forgot to say about investing. Believe it or not, my tent, if I had just bought 2 of them, I bought that tent for $149. Actually, I think it was less than that. And today, if you were to go on Amazon for that very same tent, now I bought it first thing, I think it was January 9th, 2019. Now, coming up on 2021 in June, that same tent today costs close to $300. Insane. You think you have inflation on housing? What about tents? Can you imagine if I just had stockpiled 100 of those? Then I'd be up a lot of money. All right. I have no idea. I'm planning on releasing one podcast per month. That sounds good. Instead of weekly. That's a good idea. And then you can create more recipe videos. You know, the other suggestion I have for doing recipe videos, I know it sounds crazy, but these lights have made a big difference, and I've actually purchased 3 sets of them. And the reason why I have is because I do a lot of lighting setup and takedown, but to encourage me to do more videos for myself in the kitchen, I'm going to set up some permanent lighting. And that way I don't have to drag a tripod in there well, I do have to drag one in for the camera, but other than that, as you notice with my videos, I usually use 2 cameras. One is my, right here, I use one of these. I have about 10 of those. This is the Sony, I got Sony on the brain. Canon SD 780 IS camera, and it works really well. You can get them used between $14 and $35, depending on where you go. And it's basically a nice little bulletproof HD camera that I have no problem with it hanging over a soup pot, because if it drops in, I'm only out $30. Whereas when I didn't do the battery right with this thing, I was out well over 100. I'm going to take a sledgehammer to this. I don't know. Maybe I should tape that too. People love to see destruction on YouTube for some reason. And tents for housing too. Yes. And maybe that's why they cost so much. And that Alps tent is just fun. It's one of the best tents I've ever seen, because you can, I mean, Louis Alcindor could, oh, my light fell down. I was wondering what was making the noise. I need more water. But you could have a professional basketball player over in that tent, and some of them could stand up. I forgot that a lot of them are closer, and some of them are actually over 7 feet tall. But the headroom in the tent, it's an Alps tent, is 7 feet. So actually 7 feet 2 inches to be exact. But that's only at the very tippy top. No idea. Releasing next month. Hey, Andrew, what's your next video going to be? Is Mom going to be cooking some more sweets, or are you doing savory? You know, maybe I should cut my lives down to half an hour. What do you think, Shonda? Or do you think I should keep them at an hour? And Shonda, thank you so much for your kind words towards my feeble attempt to make tortillas that are halfway as good as the ones you made. Yours look so tasty and so authentic. Folding counter height table so that I can get good angles. You know where you can get a good folding, let's see, you can get some at folding. I can't get one. Well, counter height though. Shelves, etc. I think might have it. Not shelves. What is it? The storage container, the Container Store. I think you might be able to find something in there that would work, or maybe even jerry rig something. I think that you could probably get some scissors thing that construction workers use, and then just put a surface on top of it. My thoughts were originally to my 4x2 tables, but I don't think they would get high enough for you. Okay. I think, Bridget, what do you think? Are you still here, or did you go flying out of here? I think she might have left. I could get something to put on the feet that would make them go higher. I know somebody to watch. Fraser Douglas has a camping video that shows exactly how to make tables higher. And what you can do is you can use PVC piping. I think he uses Schedule 40, but you could use Schedule 80, which would be even stronger. It's lightweight. You cut it, and like if you cut 2 feet sections, that'll raise it up 2 feet. So yeah, get a regular table that you want to raise up, and just do that. That would be perfect. Oh, your back is killing you. Oh, I'm sorry, Bridget. I was wondering where you went. Shonda, do you have any tables around the house that would work for that? And is that for your food prep, or is that going to be for holding your camera and stuff? Because if it's for your camera, you could just get a tripod. Oh, it's so funny too. When I was doing that video, the one doing your tortillas, I'm literally hopping over my huge tripod, which when it's fully extended and up, it goes all the way across my, because I have like almost a submarine kitchen. So I'm like I couldn't go around it. I had to like climb over it to get to the other side. It was insane. Impatiently waiting for Uber. Yes. Okay. Andrew, thank you very much for stopping by. Next week, we're going to be doing everybody a favor, and I am going to cut these down to half an hour, 30 minutes. And we're going to do our business, and then we're going to get done. We're going to say hi and kumbaya. Everybody, let's see, what is next week? Cook, camp, create. So next week is creation. If you want to bring a recipe, we can all share recipes because those are creations. And seeing as you two are cookers, that sounds like a good idea. And we will talk about my Friday video, which will be coming out, 2 of them this Friday. One short at 7 p.m. Pacific and one long at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. The purpose is to have more space to cook and to get the camera and lights around the area so I could shoot. Now, one thing with camera and lights, this is why I love this light so much. This is actually the light that I'm using right now over here to the right of me as one of my point lights. And then over here is a small, very small light. And then in the back, that green light is a very small light. So you can get a lot done with these little flat panel lights. I should become a salesman for the company, but these, at $10, and I don't know if I showed you this part of it. It's a true bicolor light. you have white and you have off-white. So you got 3 temperatures you can get from the same light for under $10. You know, in my review for this light, I literally put on the review that this is a bicolor light at less than single color rating. So I think that would give you more space in your kitchen to go with smaller lighting. And you can actually fill a large space with one of those little itty bitty lights. And then using a soft box, do you use soft boxes, or what kind of lighting are you using? And am I talking too loud? Because I tend to get, when I get excited, I talk louder. Just ask Bridget, she'll tell you. And I was sweating I was sweating bullets on that first tortilla, because what am I'm looking at I got to look this way. But I was sweating bullets on that first tortilla because I thought for sure that it was just going to be in pieces, and I was going to have to make up some excuse for why I'm such a lousy cook. And as is, I'm not that great of a cook, but I was, those things, what a forgiving recipe. It's and 2 ingredients. Who would have thought? Yes, but my countertops are full of kitchen appliances. Here's what I do with kitchen appliances, because I have the same problem. I move only the kitchen appliances that I use in my video are out and about. And if you plan your camera angle to where you're going to be, then you can save up a lot of stuff. I mean, my kitchen has less than 9 feet of counter space. And when I'm filming, I actually only use maybe 3 feet. I'm surprised I'm actually using less and less and less as I make videos, because I'm finding you have more control. The less countertop you use, the more control you'll have over the light and the sound. I don't know what you're using for sound, but I've been going to a lavalier. As a matter of fact, I'm getting a new lavalier today that I'm going to be testing for Lens Go. Hopefully it'll work, because this lavalier is wireless and also has, Timothy, I can't even pronounce your last name, but welcome to our stream. And just a little heads up, Tim, next week we're only going to be going for half an hour. So if you see my live and you come in, this is camp week. And okay, so back to lighting. I'm sorry. Sorry, Tim. We were talking about something and I just noticed that you're here. But with the appliances, to solve your problem, just pick them up and move them out of the way. And what's the most appliances you ever use for a recipe? Maybe 4? So you probably have room for 4 appliances on your countertop, right? I hope that helps, that suggestion. Too much work. Well, yeah. Well, don't you have your hubby or somebody else that can move all those appliances for you? I mean, it's an idea. I just, what I'm finding with my videos is the more work I put into it before even turning on the shutter, the less work it is later on. I mean, that video that I did for Friday, and with the close to half an hour worth of, no, there was more than that. It was almost an hour's worth of video that I had shot. And had I planned better, I wouldn't have had to spend so much time editing. So that's just, I'm learning. And Tim, where'd you go? Oh, darn. I guess Tim just kind of was here and then left. He didn't like me. Too much work, just not been working for me. I've tried. That's well then. Ready for an upgrade? Upgrade of what? Your camera, lighting? house. I mean, I'm in a early 1960s house, and the only thing that I've upgraded was the stove and the stove hood. All original cabinets, and it would be much easier to start with a blank slate. You talking about a new channel? No, just keep your channel the way it is. You got a great channel, and you're getting subscribers. There's a lot of people that ready to purchase the table to use for videos. Yes. And Shonda, if I think I have your email. If I don't, I'll put it on one of your videos. I'm going to look to see if I can find one also. So we got 2 people looking for it now. And you're absolutely right. A store-bought table would be much sturdier also than a table where you're holding it up, and additionally with PVC piping. Although it depends on how, and plus you'd have to monkey with that and then take the table down, and much easier if you could just fold it up. Now, my tables, and are you looking for 4 feet or more feet as far as the actual cooking, the surface? I'm figuring that you want about 2 feet deep, and height would be what, about 40 inches? Or you already found the table that you want? Am I already preaching to the choir? Well, Shonda, anything else? You got any suggestions for how Uncle Bill could increase subscribers? I know if I niched down, I would get more subscribers, but I'm just such a rebel. I'm even a rebel on the Thumbnail Hacks channel, because I have no problem taking somebody and saying, hey, Shonda does it better than I do, so go see Shonda. As a matter of fact, if you notice at the end of the video, your video's right there. Click over on Shonda's thing. Hey, Bridget, you're back. Yay. I desire a countertop table because you're tall. Okay, yeah, well, and plus it makes sense to have it at the same level as the rest of your countertop. But I'm just, everybody's got different heights for countertops. That's why I'm asking, so that when I look, I'm pretty good at researching stuff. Didn't Pat say pre-record videos work best? Yes, as a matter of fact, Pat did say that as far as lives go. And a lot of that reasoning is because the way Pat does videos. He, as you and I both know, he pre-plans that thing before he even shoots it. Then he shoots it, and then he cuts and edits the living tar out of it so that it's perfect. Whereas you and I are probably, whereas I am ready to, I'll let a video go out that isn't perfect because I'm not perfect. Oh, thanks. You should have seen, this camera has done me well as far as those pre-recorded videos, because they were just, here's the 5 things. And I think cutting it down to 30 minutes, I will be more organized. I mean, I will make sure to have the 5 things all ready to go. And I do like, what? Uncle Bill's 5 crazy things, because Uncle Bill has 5 crazy things. That actually was from Pat. Remember how he said, and Uncle Bill will have 5 crazy. So I went with it. I went with Uncle Bill. I went with everything. I took everything he said, hook, line, and sinker. The only thing that it will make almost impossible is to go from Uncle Bill to Bill Dube. Although Uncle Bill is just basically an extension of myself, just amplified. Do more pre-recorded videos. Perhaps you can recap the live videos. Yeah, I could recap the live videos, but see, for the rest of the week, what I'm gonna these are suggestions for how to get more subscribers. Oh, okay. I'm getting you. Yeah. I did ask for some suggestions. God, I got to learn to. One thing Uncle Bill has never learned is how to keep his mouth shut. And I guess when you're live, you pretty much should be both listening and talking. And we have 3 more, well, not 3 more, 4 more minutes. I looked at the wrong clock. It's a good suggestion. I like it. I might even go and look at some of my older videos and do those. One of the videos that, speaking of pre-recorded, what do you think of this idea? I don't know if I did the Amazon review on YouTube, but I downloaded it because I couldn't find where I had put it. I took the one off of Amazon that I did for the Alps tent that I'm going to be setting up this week. It was just literally one that I think I took it on just my cell phone, actually. So it was a vertical format, but it wasn't a short. And I'm thinking of releasing that one on Wednesday of this week, or maybe even today or tomorrow, just to show what the tent's going to be that I'm going to be doing outdoor camping in this week. And the outdoor camping is going to be in the backyard again because the backyard works. I mean, I'm thrown off kilter a little bit in the fact that I have a phone to replace, and I also have a car that needs to get fixed. And those 2 things are weighing heavy on my mind. And maybe doing some more vegan recipes. I like doing that tortilla recipe. That thing was amazing. Oh, yeah, actually, that was one thing that I'm thinking about, Shonda, is even though this is camp week, I'm thinking of with cooking and all 5 of them actually, to release shorts to as soon as one of my shorts starts going like this, to release another short. And the only reason why I'm thinking of not releasing a new short yet is because that tortilla one, just the one with me flipping the tortilla like this for 23 seconds, and then if you take a look at that again, you'll notice at the very end of that video, all I did was I took the end card. Well, actually, I took the last frame of the video and I just released it out and added more music to it. The original one, I don't know if it had music to it or not, but adding music really made a big difference. Yikes. I hope the car and the phone work out soon. Yeah, me too. But you know what? Everything that happens in life happens for a reason. I just thank God for being this side of the dirt. And if my car doesn't get fixed, it isn't going to be the end of the world. I'll take my credit card. I'll go down to the train station, wherever I got to go. And with the phone, I have another one right over here, because Uncle Bill always believes in being prepared. This is my old emergency phone. which will be my main phone with a different phone number. And I've told the important people, which is basically the car dealership. I said, hey, here's my other phone number, and please use that, because any phone, any message you leave me on my main line goes instantly to voicemail. And here's the crazy thing about it, and I'll close on this, with my phone service, which is Metro PCS, and I actually told the representative today that they really need to rethink their security procedures, because, and a lot of sites have this, where they have two-step authorization and you have to have that. Well, they all tie back to your phone. So they're sending a code to me so that I can get on the website to try to address my problem back to me on the phone that isn't working. So there was no way for me to log on to the website at all. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Shonda. Thanks, Bridget. Thanks, Andrew. This has been a great time. I'm Uncle Bill. Thank you, nieces and nephews and all, for coming and talking about camping, cooking, creating, critiquing, and climbing metaphorical for physical activity. Join us Friday. And also, I'm going to have some other videos this week. Have a great day and a great week. Love you all. Bye-bye.